I've never been a huge vocal leader, but I always led by example. I always said, I'm gonna get in the gym at 6 a.m. I'm gonna go to the track at 6 a.m. because I wanna show you guys what it takes to be the best. Growing up in Fort Collins was great. I mean, so I started playing roller hockey when I was like 6 or 7, and then I just transitioned to ice when I was 9 or 10 and kind of played through high school, and then made the transition into like full-time Frisbee around graduating high school, college time. The first thing I noticed about Mama Bird was just the work ethic and the time that people put into Frisbee. I realized like, wow, people are really training like 10, 20, 30 hours a week on top of all the other stuff that we're doing. Missing nationals with Mama Bird was very eye-opening. Like, we made nationals 20 years in a row. It felt like a given almost. Sure, we experienced adversity, but we hadn't had something like that, something of that magnitude happen to us. I remember after we lost, sitting on the tarmac to take off to go home, and I sent Mikey Lund, my coach, an email, and I said, this isn't gonna happen again. We are, as long as I'm with this program, as long as I'm playing, this won't happen again. I really attribute that losing to like my career going up, because after that season, I really started to develop more and come into my own as a player. The UFA has grown into this pinnacle of the sport almost, where people in Europe, where everybody's watching it, and that's generally what kids are watching, and that's how the sport is growing. And it's grown to 24 teams and hope to keep growing. Being part of the summit for the first 4 years of the team has been incredible. It's pretty interesting to see like all the fans come out. Like, it really is a dream come true. Being vulnerable is so important, even if you're not in leadership, but especially if you're in leadership. If you're not open with your teammates, it's really hard to build bonds. And if you don't trust each other and if you don't love each other off the field, then it's not just gonna magically happen on the field, right? Bridging a gap between age groups and generations is one of the most important things that you can do as a leader. Generally, I'm pretty nervous before games, but like when I touch the disc the first time, like in a point, the nervousness kind of all melts away. I feel I'm at my best is definitely big games or big matchups.
It's now but Quinn Finer with the exclamation point for the Colorado Summit.
When I know I have someone guarding me that I think is a really good player, that's when I feel like I'm at my best.
Quinn Finer blows up Ben Yacht on the underneath to get the ball.
Swagger from Finer.
Incredible grab by Finer to maintain possession, and Colorado, one big play after another.
I find as a culture piece, losing and doing hard things and experiencing adversity as a team together is something that really can bring people closer. And I think growth over a season of Frisbee is the most important thing. Like going into the final weeks of the season and even the playoffs, it's always about the team that comes together at the end and has played those hard games and experienced that adversity. And that's usually the team that wins, not the team that's most talented top to bottom.